hold on a second. What if everything you thought you knew was wrong? What if memories you vividly remember, things you swear happened, actually didn't? Prepare to have your mind blown, because today, we're diving headfirst into the utterly bizarre world of the Mandela Effect.
Hello, Curious Clan. Welcome, or welcome back. Let's get in.
Seriously, imagine this. You clearly remember Nelson Mandela dying in prison back in the 1980s. You recall the news coverage, the public outcry, the whole thing. You're convinced, but then, poof, you find out he actually walked out of prison in 1990 and lived until 2013, even becoming president of South Africa. Your jaw hits the floor, right? That unsettling feeling, that cognitive dissonance, that's the Mandela Effect. This isn't some niche, isolated incident. This term was actually coined by paranormal researcher Fiona Broome because she, and thousands of others, shared this exact, incredibly vivid false memory about Mandela's death. And once people started looking, they found these collective memory glitches everywhere. It's like our collective hard drive has some serious corrupted files, and we're all experiencing the same strange bugs. You might be thinking, okay, one historical figure, maybe people just got confused. Oh, my friend, you are in for a ride. The Mandela Effect pops up in pop culture, corporate logos, famous quotes, you name it. And the sheer number of people who share the exact same false memory is genuinely startling, almost eerie. Let's play a game. Get ready to question everything you thought you knew. The Monopoly Man, does he wear a monocle? Most people, like 99% of us, would swear yes, but guess what? He never has. Not a single monocle in sight on any official artwork. Shocker, right? Fruit of the Loom, did their logo have a cornucopia, that horn of plenty overflowing with fruit? It's etched in so many people's minds, a symbol of abundance, but no, it never did. Just fruit, mind blown. Pikachu's tail, is the tip of his tail black? Everyone seems to think so. It just looks right, doesn't it? Nope, it's solid yellow with a little brown at the base. What? Darth Vader's iconic line, is it Luke, I am your father? That's what we've all been quoting forever, the quintessential Star Wars moment, Ron. It's no, I am your father. Go rewatch it right now if you don't believe me. You'll be stunned, the Berenstain Bears. Was it spelled with an E, Berenstain Bears? Almost everyone remembers it that way, it just feels right. But it's always been Berenstain Bears, and A. How does that happen? Think about C-3PO's leg. Is it all gold? Many remember it that way, but his lower right leg is silver. And Kit Kat bars, do they have a hyphen? Kit Kat, nope, never have. It's not just a few people getting things wrong. It's a massive, collective misremembering of undeniable facts. It makes you wonder if our memories can be so easily fooled on things like beloved cartoon characters and iconic movie lines. What else could we be misremembering about our world? It's genuinely unsettling. So what's going on here? Are we all experiencing some kind of shared delusion? While it feels wild, scientists have some pretty solid, if a little unsettling, explanations. The big revelation here is that our memory isn't like a perfect video recorder, passively storing information for perfect recall. It's more like a highly creative, sometimes clumsy, storyteller. Our brains don't just record and play back memories. They reconstruct them every single time we access them. And during this dynamic reconstruction, all sorts of fascinating glitches can occur. First off, we have false memory and confabulation. Sometimes our brains just straight up invent details to fill in gaps in our recollection, and we genuinely believe them to be true. We're not lying, our brains are just being incredibly creative and convincing. Then there's suggestibility. This is a huge one. If enough people say something is true, or you encounter it repeated online, your brain can actually change your memory to match that new, incorrect information. It's wild how easily our personal recollections can be swayed by external influences. Schema theory also plays a massive role. We all have mental shortcuts or schemas for how things should be. For example, a rich, old-timey character like the Monopoly man should have a monocle, right? It fits the stereotype, so our brains, in their efficiency, just add it into a line with our pre-existing mental models. And let's not forget the familiarity heuristic. The more familiar a piece of information feels, the more accurate we tend to assume it is. If you hear a misquote or an incorrect detail enough times, it starts to feel correct, even if it's completely wrong, solidifying the false memory. It's like a mental echo chamber that we build for ourselves, and then you throw the internet into the mix. Social media acts like a supercharger for the Mandela Effect. One person misremembers something, posts it, and suddenly thousands of people are saying, "Oh my God, me too." This creates an incredibly powerful feedback loop. The sheer repetition and widespread exposure to incorrect information, amplified through mechanisms like priming and the familiarity heuristic, strengthen the false memory in individuals. Furthermore, the formation of online communities where people share and validate these false memories creates a powerful social influence. This collective validation makes the incorrect information feel more credible and real to participants, fostering a form of groupthink that further entrenches the false memory. It's a social phenomenon amplified by technology, turning individual cognitive quirks into widespread, undeniable anomalies. Now, while the science of cognitive psychology is fascinating and offers robust explanations, it doesn't quite explain that creepy, eerie feeling you get when you realize your memory is objectively wrong. That unsettling realization that your own mind can play such tricks on you can be profoundly disorienting. And that's where things get really wild. For many, the cognitive explanations just aren't enough. They want something more extraordinary, and let me tell you, the internet delivers. Some people believe the Mandela Effect is proof of parallel universes. The idea often stems from the many worlds interpretation of quantum physics, which suggests that every quantum event causes the universe to branch into multiple parallel universes, each representing a different outcome. So perhaps our consciousness occasionally shifts or overlaps between these slightly different realities, and we bring back memories from a universe where the Monopoly man does have a monocle or Nelson Mandela did die in prison in the 80s. Your memory isn't wrong. It's just from a universe right next door. Then there's the truly mind-bending simulation hypothesis. This theory suggests that our entire reality could be an incredibly advanced computer simulation, much like the Matrix. Within this theoretical framework, mass memory discrepancies like the Mandela Effect are interpreted as code rewrites, patches, or even data corruption within the simulation itself. It's like the universe is having a software update, or a developer accidentally deleted a file, and our memories are getting a little jumbled in the process. Some proponents argue that memory glitches might occur when the simulation syncs your consciousness with your avatar's data. It's viewed by some as direct evidence of glitches in the Matrix, and some even connect it to quantum immortality, suggesting that our consciousness persists in one of the parallel universes despite fatal events in others, implying a form of immortality from the individual's perspective. The intersection with the Mandela Effect proposes that shifts between these realities could cause the observed memory distortions. Additionally, some theorists propose that cosmic events, fluctuations in quantum fields, or even collective human consciousness could be powerful enough to move reality between closely aligned worlds. In this view, the Mandela Effect might point to a fluid, ever-changing nature of the universe itself rather than deliberate interventions like time travel. I mean, wow, these theories are wild and truly make you think about the nature of reality. Look, these theories are incredibly intriguing and they make for fantastic science fiction. But here's the kicker, from a scientific standpoint, they have virtually no empirical support. Zero, none. They're often considered unfalsifiable, meaning there's no current method to empirically disprove them, which places them outside the realm of testable scientific inquiry. For example, physicists often dismiss the many worlds interpretation as philosophical fantasy lacking testability, predictive power, or real-world grounding. Most scientists, including most physicists, aren't sitting around saying, "Ah yes, Pikachu's tail proves parallel universes are real." The overwhelming body of scientific evidence from cognitive psychology strongly supports the view that the Mandela Effect is a robust phenomenon rooted in the inherent fallibility and reconstructive nature of human memory. The persistence of belief in parallel universe or simulation theories for the Mandela Effect, despite overwhelming psychological evidence, highlights a fundamental human tendency to seek extraordinary explanations for phenomena that challenge our perceived reality. The unsettling realization that something one vividly remembers is objectively false can be profoundly disorienting. For many, the idea of a glitch in the matrix or a shift in timelines can be a more comforting or exciting explanation than acknowledging the inherent fallibility of their own minds. This externalizes the problem to reality itself, rather than internalizing it as a cognitive limitation. The truth, as surprising as it might be, is that the Mandela Effect is primarily a powerful demonstration of how surprisingly fallible, yet incredibly creative, our human memory is. It's unsettling to realize your own mind can play such tricks on you. It forces us to confront the fact that our memories aren't perfectly objective recordings, but rather dynamic stories our brains constantly construct and, at times, distort. In a world overflowing with information, especially online, the Mandela Effect serves as a potent cautionary tale. It emphasizes that shared belief does not equate to truth, and that independent verification of facts is paramount to combat misinformation and conspiracy theories. It encourages a shift from absolute trust in personal memory to a more nuanced understanding of its limitations and the necessity of external evidence. Ultimately, the Mandela Effect is best understood not as a sign of parallel universes, but as a fascinating and complex manifestation of the inherent properties of human memory. It's truly a phenomenon that makes us question everything. What's the craziest Mandela Effect you've ever experienced? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more mind-bending content. Stay curious, Curious Clan.